welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie and I like to make things. This is my plans for the month of November 2022. Now, if you like to make things, please like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend about all the kind of stuff we get into over here. All right, so this month, unlike other months when I have a ton of ambitious plans and then I get into other stuff, I really would like to clean up. I'm going to be traveling for the last 2 weeks of November and the first week of December, which is really great that I did a lot of my December gift sewing in the summer. So when I go to visit, it's just a chance to eat. You notice I led with eat. Visit and shop and wander around and watch TV with my family, my kids, and everything like that. So it leaves a lot of time for socializing and less time for trying to find Christmas gifts. So since I'm solid with that, matter of fact, I'm bringing my Christmas gifts with me, it leaves me more time to visit. So I'm gonna do cleanup. Now, you know, in that other Friday's video when I talked about I had 93 projects cut out. And how that happens is I have a plan to cut something out and I end up with leftover material. And then I think of something else that I could cut out of that leftover material. And then I think of a quilt I could use with that leftover material left over from the other. You see how it goes. So that is what I'm going to do. And I will show you my bag of goodies that I'm going to work on. Okay, my first cleanup is this tunic that I drafted, or that means I rubbed it off of another piece of clothing I have. You can see I used when I still had pieces of vellum left, I rubbed off the shirt that I absolutely loved to go ahead and use this Ankara fabric to make. So this is a tunic. This is one of the things I want to clean up. All right, I guess more variations on the theme. This is also I love it. It's red and pink, seersucker, madras looking material that it seems to be a tunic or a short dress that I cut out a long time ago. And it looks cool, and I like that red pink combination. And so it also is a toile that I cut off of splicing something together, like something I wanted that would work with my apple shape. So we'll see. I cut it out like 3 or 4 years ago, y'all, so I'm not exactly sure. So that's what's going to be fun about this cleanup stage of my life. Now, I made this dress right here, this shirt right here, Simplicity 1661. I made it in this shape to go with that tuxedo that I made to go to my son's wedding that I did not wear. But I wanted to make it again, and I'll show you the fabric. Here, some of that beautiful red satin. I think this is one of the things I had cut out that I thought I had when I had that bag of red satin to make that jumpsuit that I didn't make. Isn't it fun to sew? I really was in a red frame of mind, wasn't I? All right, so this is this fabulous back tee. I'll show you a copy of it. I've made it as a shirt, and I've also made it as a dress. And so I had this leftover red material from the first time I used this red material, not the jumpsuit that I just finished a month ago, but a couple weeks ago, but the pajama set, which I'll include over here. So this is left over from that, and it's enough to make us one of those fabulous t-shirts. So I'm gonna make that one too. All right, this is Simplicity 2350. I have made this bucket purse. I'll show it over here. And I believe what I have in my hand is letter A, which is a tote bag made out of this upholstery fabric that I found at, say it with me, Pings. I bought a whole bolt of it because I intend to, I have 2 chairs to be covered. And so this was what was left over. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I think I've made a tuffet for my friend Mary out of it as well. Maybe 2 tuffets. But cleanup time. Now here's a bag, and it is McCall's 6410, and I had cut out this backpack here out of an old jacket that I made. I used to be really into these quilted jackets, these crazy quilted jackets, and I had this beautiful jacket. It's just not appropriate for Jamaica. It just has nothing to do, and it has all of these finishes that you get to make, and I just absolutely love it. If I find the book, I'll show it to you because you can go down a rabbit hole, y'all. But it seems that I did not cut out all the pieces of these backpacks that I wanted to make. I was going to use them for Christmas, and it seems like I cut out the front and the back, but not the side pieces that go around. And I've got this really great fabric now, this black stretch cotton that I can use to finish these backpacks up. I already have the zippers. I'm ready to go. You know my wonderful simplicity hacking pattern. You know I love to make those shirts. I'll show you it over here to remind you. I had leftover material from working with these shears that I bought in Montreal, and of course, oh, I don't want to wrinkle, I don't want to crinkle, the beautiful sheer red and black material that I'm wearing right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and soak a few of these jackets, shirts. I use them like t-shirts. They're easy, they work on my apple shape, and so because of the way they're shaped, you can squeeze them in off of remnants, little pieces of fabric left over from your big projects. Now, this is a leftover piece of fabric from this beautiful dress that I made, and I am going to turn it into, I used one of my old Chanel scarves, knockoff Chanel, y'all. And I'm going to make another one because I love this print, and I'm gonna watch TV and do one of those little rolled hems around the edge that my mother-in-law showed me how to do. So that's what this is gonna be. Now this is another hacking, one of those hacking shirts, but I have that fabric left over from the Ogden jumpsuit that's so yummy, and so I'm gonna go ahead and make a shirt. I think it would be really nice with some black velvet leggings or black pants, and so I'm gonna work on that too. Now these are leftover pieces from that quilt that I made for my daughter for her birthday, and I'm gonna put them together into a big statement kind of pillow for her to snuggle into, either on her bed or on her couch in her study. So I have all these leftover pieces, so we'll see how it turns out. Now this is a repair. I'm going to replace the zipper on this hamper thingy that my school, Go NES, used to give us a teacher appreciation gift every year, and I use it all the time to pick up food for my dad and myself. So I'm going to replace the zippers, and that's another one of those jobs I'm going to do little bit by little bit while I'm watching TV. Now I also have fabric left over from that wonderful robe I made. I call it my Icarus robe with the feathers and everything. And I have this left over, and I think it would make really lovely bed pillows. So I haven't figured quite out how to do it yet, but I have all of this scrap left over of it, and so I think I'm going to put together a couple pillows from this. All right. Oh, sorry about the crinkle. Now that's it for cleanup, and let's go on into, there's a few things I have that I pulled out random. I don't know if I'm going to get to them at all before I leave. So I'll show them to you. The first one is McCall's 8086. It's kind of a Western looking dress, and I'd like to do this version with the 2 different types of fabric, and I have 2 scrap pieces on car that I've cut out to do it, and that is this one right here and this one right here with the swallow birds. I don't know how it's gonna look, y'all. But do I ever? But I cut it out quite some time. It's part of the 93. I'm gonna see if I can get to it. I also cut out this new look 6596 sometime last year with this sheer overlay and the t-shirt dress underneath, because I don't know if you remember, I was working with this sheer fabric that said love and peace, and I made one for my daughter that she's worn a bunch. I think I made one for myself too. No, just for her. And I'm gonna go ahead and, if I get a chance, and put this one together too. Now next, I have cut out the Merchant and Mill, the Miller vest. I love the look of it. I have this beautiful black fabric that I want to work with. It is a stretch kind of denim, right? And I'm going to line it in this tiger print, y'all. So nobody needs to know that's in there but me. All right, so I'm gonna work on that. And I have a pant that kind of goes with it. Now I'm planning on making this pant one more, well, I'm not gonna say one more time. It's like my favorite pair of pants, so, but this is another reiteration. I'm going to use that same black material on the inside of the pant, and on the outside I'm going to use these quilted Ankara fabric that I've had for years and years and years. And if I get to it, it's fine. If I don't get to it, it's okay. And I think that's almost, it seems like a lot, doesn't it? It seems like a lot. Like I said, whatever I get to is fine. What I don't, I'm not bringing anything with me to visit my kids other than their Christmas gifts. I'm not bringing any work to do, because when I'm there, I like to putter around in my daughter's workshop, which I'll film from there so you can see her setup and what the kind of stuff she gets into. I'm sure she'll have something she wants me to sew. Another thing I'd like to work on is a named pattern I have. Oh, let me get the right one. This is the named pattern, the barrel bomber dress. I have made this dress before, and I upscaled it, but not enough. So the dress is cute. I'll show it over here, but I want it to feel big. I want it to be looser, and I want to make it in this brocade. Right? And so I figure if I get it prepped and cut out, I can find, I've got the knitted collars and cuffs and everything. I bought them moto jacket level from Mood Fabrics, so I have those ready to go. So, but there's this spectacular zipper that's sold at Hobby Lobby that zips up, and it's got diamonds, like crystal rhinestones on it. I'm thinking about it because it doesn't seem extremely stable, but with that zippered way, with that elastic waist, I most likely would be putting my hands in. I may not use the zipper a whole lot, but I've got some boots that would really go with this. So that's something I might cut out before I leave. I definitely, during Vlogmas, during December, plan on showing you all how to add a crinoline touch to a skirt. I've got my things, I'm ready to go. And last but not least, I've got this beautiful Ankara. Hold on. Oh, that is springtime, but on a black background. So that's wonderful. You can wear that year round. And I plan on cutting out this jacket and this dress. It is, there's my shape, y'all. All right, well, when I'm really slim. And I intend to cut this out. May not get to work on it, but I'm at least gonna cut it out. All right. Now this may seem overly ambitious, especially since I've got that monster quilt to finish, and it might be, but I think it's okay to set the bar high and not get everything done and end up with some great things that you like. Nothing is essential, but I would like to get a few of these done and start thinking about my 9 makes for next year. Things that I think I want to do a Chanel coat. I had cut it out a long time ago and I'd like to finish that. And I've got a couple of quilts and stuff in mind for some of my quilt victims. People who don't know they need a quilt, but they're gonna get one. So those are my plans for November. I'll be out of here in the last couple of weeks of November and the first week of December. And but I will film and visit with y'all from my daughter's studio. All right, loves. You take care, keep making, and we will see you soon.